All right, here's day 4. Now today, I didn't really do anything after I was done with my first meditation like I've had on the first 3 days. So, because it was Super Bowl, so I had a Super Bowl party to go to, so I kind of went there instead of doing the video. So I figured I'd do it when I got home. So I'm definitely a little tired and uh, ate a little too much food, like most people do at the Super Bowl. So I'm kind of, in that food coma, but still trying to get the energy to get the video done because it's a challenge. And, you know, as in life, with anything that we do and challenges, there are obstacles to it. So since I wanted to go to the Super Bowl party, this is an obstacle, but here I am. So in this one, I kind of did a little bit more research, kind of looked at some things online as I'm kind of looking right now. So I will learn how to put a whiteboard in these videos because eventually I'm going to start, having things so we can look at stuff and what I'm talking about while we're doing it. So, but I was kind of thinking like I wasn't talking about our patterns, how we break our patterns. Like there's the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. The conscious mind are the things that I'm talking about right now. The unconscious mind is like the programs or patterns that we've had built into our brains over time with conditioning, being taught all the time about stuff. So some of those things we act out of without even knowing that's what we're doing because it's a programmed response. Like a good thing for me, like I deliver pizzas, and whenever I'm done, you know, delivering a pizza to somebody, I'm always like, well, have a good night, or, take it easy, bro, or, you know, uh, brother, and all that stuff. So they're like programmed things that I say just sometimes because I've said it so much over the years that it's just programmed in there. Like Wayne Dyer used to always talk about Morse code. Like he was in the forces, so he learned Morse code, and it's built into his brain. And the really good one is, I'm sure probably everybody's had the experience where you're driving down the road and then all of a sudden you're deep in thought and you're like, wow, how was I just controlling the car? How do I even keep driving? And they say that your conscious mind was deep in thought, but your unconscious mind, since it knows how to drive, was like, all right, we got to take over and drive so he doesn't crash. So that's kind of where the unconscious mind and the conscious mind, where I feel like the more we meditate, we slip beyond the conscious mind into the unconscious mind, and that's where we can learn some of these patterns or let go of some of these beliefs that we've had or some of the stuff that we learned in childhood that we didn't realize we were holding on to or anything in life helps bring that bubbles that up to the surface so we can deal with it. In meditation, I was taught that you don't always have to know what it is that's coming up, but it helps release it anyway. Because when I first started meditating for the first year, I had a lot of like stuff come up. And in my teacher, Dr. Simon, said that you'll go through days where you just kind of might feel a little bit off, but don't stop because you got to keep going. And that over time, you will adjust, your body will adjust to doing that or letting go of that energy of whatever it was from the past that the meditation kind of bubbles up to the surface so you can let go of it. So that's why you continue to meditate because you want to get rid of some of that unconscious stuff and then learn how to reprogram yourself. Like I was talking with Mike Dooley, like the patterns aren't going to go away overnight. You got to keep going at it. So uh, it's a process like anything in life, like I always say. So, and then looking at some of that too also got me thinking about some other things of like taking responsibility for ourselves, because like sometimes we like to blame all the outside circumstances of our life. I do it too, so I'm guilty too. Like our outside circumstances, like the government, my wife, my husband, my boss, the universe's fault. I'm just unlucky. We always want to blame someone else for what's going on in our lives instead of taking responsibility for our lives. We have to realize that we're the ones in power, that we're the ones that have to maybe step up and do something different. It's like that insanity thing, doing something over and over and over and expecting different results. Insanity. if you want to get different results, you have to change what you're doing. And so that kind of also got me thinking about goals. Like, I think it's good to set goals, and I think you should just set whatever kind of goals you want. People are like, oh, well, don't set a goal you don't think you can obtain, because if you don't reach it, you're going to get, you get down on yourself, you're going to get mad. And to me, it's like, no, you set a goal, set it as high as you want, and it gives you something to aim at. And then just keep working at it and keep working at it and keep working at it. Tony always says, if try something, and if it doesn't work, try something else. If that doesn't work, try something else. And keep trying until you get to where it is you want to go. And, like I was saying yesterday too, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. You need to fail to learn how to succeed. How many times, Michael Jordan lost in the playoffs, and then he started to succeed, but he lost first. There's always those things. You usually lose first. It gives you that burning desire to say, I'm going to overcome this. And then you know, take the steps necessary. What can I do to become better? Do I want to learn how to meditate? Do I want to learn a different skill? Do I want to read a different book? Take a course? What is it that I can do for myself that will help me better prepare or get better at whatever it is I'm trying to do or succeed at? You know, in the past, it's like I would sit there and not do anything and expect shit to come to me while I'm on the couch. It's not going to work that way. You're the one that has to get up off the couch and go do something. You know, and Tony always likes to say we're all equal as souls, but we're not equal in the marketplace. So what is it that we can do to make ourselves more valuable to help more people? That's why I started taking all these courses, learning all this stuff from all these guys, because you learn someone else's stuff first, and then you kind of share some of that stuff too and put it in a different way. But then the more you do it, the more repetition, the more it becomes ingrained in you, and then you kind of put your own twist on it. And that's what mostly everybody does, is they see the people's work that has came before them, they read it, and then it sparks something in you that you kind of think more, you like add to it, or see in a different way, or there's always more to evolve, or transcend or transform or become better or add to other people's work. So uh, so that was part of the idea, was how can I be better, aim at what you, or at least set an aim for something that you want to do. So let's see, there was one more thing I wanted to kind of talk about here that had to do with some of this. Let me see if I can find it here. Give me 1 second. And where'd it go? We're almost there. Oh, keep a little bit farther here. Like our beliefs. Okay, yeah, this is what it was. Like, our beliefs are whatever we believe to be absolutely true. So if we believe something in our minds, in our being, we believe that it's true. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like our brain, once we believe something is true, it will do everything in its power to show that our beliefs are true, even if they're not. So, like, there was a study done. Uh, I don't remember what year it was, but like, they they took these people and they blindfolded them, and they told them that they were going to rub poison ivy on their skin. So they did it, and they rubbed it all on the skin, and everybody in the study had the symptoms of poison ivy, the itching, the boils, the redness, and all this stuff, because they believed that they were being having poison ivy rubbed on their skin. And come to find out, after the study was over, uh, they rubbed a harmless plant on their skin, and it still caused them to have the symptoms of poison ivy, because they believed that what it was doing. So that's just like almost proof that our beliefs will do it. And I've heard other stuff too of Deepak Chopra used to always talk. He'd have people come in, and he had a lady come in one time, and she had cancer, and he like taught her all kinds of stuff like meditation, yoga, stress relief, all this stuff, and her cancer went into remission. And then she went back to her regular doctor, and he told her that it was impossible, that this couldn't be, and then all of a sudden, after she got that negative, you know, uh, belief back, then the cancer came back later, and she had to go through it again. So there's a lot of examples of stuff like that happening. So, you know, you just have to, you know, keep working at it, and little by little keep learning, keep listening, and what were some of the other things? And then just if you want to make some changes, you're gonna have to change yourself. I guess it's just that, and that we can do it over time. You know, set some goals, write some stuff down, do the work, do the practice. You know, just start somewhere. Doesn't matter where you start, and just work towards something. You know, and have that aim, because if you're not aiming at something, you're not gonna hit anything. You know, so you hit 0% of the targets you don't shoot at, you know? So why not figure it out, or at least give it a shot, and even write down some of the stuff you want to change in your life, and write it down as if it's already done and as if it's already happened. Like, I journal every day. I write down my thoughts. I write down stuff of what I want to see change in my life, and I write it down as like, you know, my YouTube channel is doing great. Um, it's got million subscribers, you know, and or like when my neck was messed up, I kept writing down that my I'm so happy and grateful that my neck is totally healed, and over time it got better. So it, it's just, I guess it's just saying is that everything in life, if you're never going to get anywhere if you blame the outside circumstance of your life. Now again, there's definitely some outside circumstances that are going to create some challenges, but you also have to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, what can I do to uh, take responsibility for everything, and what actions can I do, or whatever, to, you know, better my outside world, or maybe hit that aim, hit that goal, and at least, you know, put an effort in and see what happens.